For those of you who don't know me, Johnny Mercer, I'm the Minister of State for Veterans Affairs in the UK and was asked to come along today and say a few words about Invictus, what it's about at the moment, and potentially what the future looks like as well. And so I would say thank you very much for inviting me along today, because it's an important moment, this. 10 years. 10 years since the first Games marks a historic achievement on many levels. To those of you who run the Invictus Games, the Invictus Games Foundation, I of course pay tribute to you. Veterans Affairs in the United Kingdom has for some time been a variable and quite a mixed endeavour. There have of course been those who have passed the test of time, our older, more established charities who do so much to support you in this endeavour. There have been some very bright moments. This is actually the first time we've properly got together since the passing of Bryn Parry, who was famous for many things, but particularly his burning sense of mission at Help for Heroes that has inspired me personally so much. But sometimes life as an injured veteran can feel pretty inconsistent. Like when the broken bodies and minds are on the television news every night, it is almost fashionable for a nation's leaders to lean into these endeavours. At other times, it can be incredibly lonely. For those still wrestling with demons from wars that no one outside our community really seemed to care about at the time, no one remembers today, and indeed a nation that seems determined to slip into its longed-for amnesia. Not only for veterans, but for those ultimate bearers of the nation's debt to those who serve, and that is, of course, their families. But you at Invictus have been different. You have been consistent. 10 years later, you are doing more than you've ever done before. You are changing more lives across the globe than ever before. And as someone who has devoted their career to improving the lives of those who serve, I wholeheartedly salute you. I salute your tenacity to stick the course. I salute your ambition to be brighter, to be bigger, to be more inclusive every year. But chiefly, I salute you for those lives that you've changed. For these injured warriors remain a deeply special cohort. In a society, perhaps globally, but certainly here in the UK, that has become all too comfortable in the freedoms and the privileges afforded to us in this modern world, to sign up and serve remains the noblest of professions. To sign up to an ideal, to a set of values, to something so much greater than oneself, and then to be injured permanently in that endeavour, in either body or mind, presents challenges with many similarities to our predecessors, of course, but increasingly in modern warfare, wars of political choice, it has a uniqueness all of its own. It can be incredibly lonely. I cannot tell you the admiration I have for those of you who have endured those challenges. It is what drives me to create national, strategic, structural change in how the United Kingdom deals with her armed forces veterans. The veterans' environment at a government level here in the United Kingdom is unrecognisable from the one I set out to change 10 years ago. Whatever happens, we cannot go backwards from here. But the light on that hill we've all tried to climb in the last 10 years has always been Invictus. The power of sport in recovery has been well known for a long time. But your determination to take it to the next level has been unmatched. I cannot adequately express to you here today the sheer power of what you have done. You have reached into the darkest recesses of people's lives when they have literally nowhere else to turn, and you have transformed their existence. Yes, it is about the sport, but then again, it's not really. It's about our common humanity. Man's conduct to fellow man, you set the standard. The humility, the courage, the determination, the absolute resolve never to quit. I am Invictus, the tattoos say, and indeed you are. But of course, your work is never finished, and I want you to take it to the next level again. One only has to cast your eyes a little higher to see the massive challenges coming down the track for veterans in countries like Ukraine. Many, many mistakes have been made over the years in veterans' care globally. I see them even today, both at home and abroad, well-meaning, well-funded, but ultimately ineffective. We have come too far. We have learned too many painful lessons off the back of too many of our finest people not to take this to the next level for those who need you. For as we stand here today, there are 20,000 young amputees in Ukraine. They think life as they knew it is over. The happiness that comes with physical activity is at an end. They need you. They need a supernatural body to light the way for world-class recovery. And the truth is, there is no one better placed. They don't need to endure those painful lessons of old. They don't need to endure those feelings of hopelessness, of being overwhelmed by the seemingly insurmountable challenges ahead, both for them and their families. Their families don't need to endure as many sleepless nights as some of you, dealing with broken minds and broken spirits, because they have you. They have your hope, they have your inspiration, and they have your example. And I ask you today to meet that challenge. Be the turn-to movement for veterans globally. Be the turn-to movement for governments who are determined to get this right first time. Be the turn-to movement in the darkest of nights and in the most hopeless of scenarios. I may well not be long of this parish, which is good news to many of you, I understand. But you are truly building a legacy that will outlast each and every one of us. But truthfully, only you can do it. Not just me, not the Duke of Sussex on his own, each of you who has been to the games, who has seen the magic, who has that Invictus spirit within them, you have that responsibility. Use it, take care of it, nurture it. It is very, very special, as are you. Thank you very much.